All right. Welcome, everybody. See everyone there in chat. Doesn't help my, how's the chat window? Can you guys see everything okay? Everything looking good? All right. So it looks like we'll see, got some more people get in here, and we'll get started. Hope everyone's having a good evening. It's been a long time since I've did a live stream. I think last time I did a live stream was on Twitch. It wasn't done on YouTube at all. And yeah, and I think the last one on YouTube was on the Curb Cutout podcast. So it's nice to finally do this and hang out with you guys. So I guess we'll kind of I'll pull up my notes here and we'll start chatting about what we're going to chat about tonight. So in tonight's episode, we're going to cover what I've been up to, why I haven't been around, and some upcoming videos and projects that I have coming up to either do on live stream or even do individual YouTube videos. So let's talk about what I've been up to and why I haven't been around. So I was kind of going through YouTube today and checking out my last video. And my last video was a year ago, which to me is like, holy crap, that was a really long time ago. I started YouTube during the first wave of the situation, and it was great. I met so many people. I really enjoyed creating good content. We've got some really awesome technical videos I was able to put together for some people that really enjoyed them. I got a lot of positive feedback. And then summer kind of happened and I got caught up just hanging out with friends, doing summer things, after being locked in the house for a year. I'm sure everyone could understand summer, get out and about. And then the second winter happened and came around and I wasn't quite ready for it. And, not gonna lie, it was mentally difficult. It was, fighting a lot of mental health issues. They're just a lack of motivation to do things, to want to get onto streaming, doing, making videos. And I kind of ghosted online, basically. No YouTube videos, wasn't really doing a whole lot with social media. Just kind of kept things, on the low, and it was not necessarily a good situation. And anyways, fast forward now to here we are, the 25th of May. And this last month, I've had some huge opportunities in streaming. One of the first things I did is I was a co-host of a fundraiser for a nonprofit that I work with called Adaptive Sports Northwest. And I happen to be one of their co-hosts for basically for their big virtual gala that they had. It was my first time ever doing anything like that. It was in a studio in downtown Portland. I had a teleprompter. There was like a whole crazy professional setup. And after I did that live stream, it was about an hour long or so. The next couple days after that, I had a lot of positivity, a lot of, I don't know, just something happened during that time that just clicked in my brain, or maybe some, I don't know, chemicals in the body release, some serotonin and other things. And I'm like, this felt amazing. I felt like I could do anything. And then it just so happened, totally normal, which most of you who will watch this know who he is, invited me onto his live stream. So I had back-to-back live streams, and after that, I'm like, man, I really need to get back into this. I really need to do this. I really enjoyed the way it made me feel. It was a very positive experience from doing that. And I'm like, man, I really need to get back into this. So that's kind of where I've been, was just fighting some mental demons. I kind of took some time off to get away from this. And thanks to the nonprofit event and then also Totally Normal, it's pushed me to get back into this and be a part of the social online, community that's out there, especially the disabled community. It's huge, and it's something that I feel like that I need to tap into, um, and be a part of. So yeah, so that's basically where I've been, and basically what have I been up to. That's a whole nother swarm of things. So as many of you know, or maybe you don't know unless you know me personally, is I am a coach of a power soccer wheelchair team here in Portland, called Power Soccer PDX. I started the group, I think it was like back in 2015 or 16, with Totally Normal, actually. That's where it all started. And yeah, I've been running that program. We started back up again probably like 5 months ago, on and off, due to the situation. But we finally have had some back-to-back practices, and things are going really well with Power Soccer. So if anybody has any questions about that, feel free to ask in chat. So yeah, so I got Power Soccer. One of the things I did last summer, which is a really awesome thing, is I set up a hiking group for people, in the disabled community here in Portland, for basically people in wheelchairs. Wasn't any type of accessible wheelchair hiking group specifically for the Portland area. So I went ahead and started that over last summer, and we're just starting to get back into finding some new hiking places and get that up and going again. Where the weather's finally been nice here in Portland for us to finally be able to do that, which is awesome. We want more soccer. Yes, John. I totally agree. More soccer. Um, Also been doing a lot of volunteering. Like I said, the most recent thing with Adaptive Sports Northwest as their co-host. And then also a few other nonprofits I have been volunteering my time with, helping them make some websites. So I've been keeping myself busy with helping out some different nonprofit organizations, donating my time, doing that, which has been great. Trail videos. Yes, we definitely will be doing that. That's a great idea. To record every time we go out and get some good trail videos, because there are some amazing, beautiful trails out here, that I would definitely love to be able to go and check out. It would be awesome. Um, Give me 1 second. I have somehow lost chat. Give me just a second. I don't know how that happened. Give me 1 second. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, so that's something I want to definitely get into and doing some more videos. Let's kind of talk about, I guess, what kind of projects and stuff I have coming up that I want to share, with either on a live stream or even doing it and like a pre-recorded video. Um, so last year we had some pretty um, nasty wildfires during the summer. And one of my projects I want to do, before the summer gets here, is to take a Raspberry Pi with the air quality monitor and be able to basically build a self-reporting air quality monitor that I can put outside. It will basically tell me what the air quality is outside. So that's one of my first projects. I'm hoping to make it so the project code can be, anybody can download the code to be able to use it, and maybe be able to put it online where anybody can go and check the air quality in Portland and see what's going on. So that's one of my first videos gonna have hopefully coming up. Yes, volunteering is super rewarding. I can't get enough of it. It's just amazing to be able to volunteer time. So back when I first started my YouTube channel, I wanted to kind of get back into computer gaming. As many of us have done different accessible setups and stuff to get back into computers and gaming. Well, I found something over the winter that I didn't even know was a thing or even existed. Lightweight gaming mice. Which, okay, big deal. It's a gaming mouse. You can still use your hand. Good job. It's more than that. Um, what I found is that a standard gaming mouse from like 2011 weighed like 156 grams, which doesn't mean a whole lot to most people, but for me, with having muscular dystrophy and very weak hands and arms, it was a lot to move around. Um, so I was watching a YouTube channel and they were talking about lightweight gaming mice. Like, what are those? And they're basically computer gaming mice. They can be basically customized however you want, but they're super lightweight. We're talking 45 grams is the lightest. That's what I'm using right now. It basically gave me the freedom to be able to have a gaming mouse again and be able to use my mouse again because it's so lightweight. I'm able to move it. So I want to do a video about my experience with lightweight gaming mice. I did a review of like I think like 6 or 7 gaming mice. So that's something that I want to check out and get going. Yes, I will. You want one of those brackets for your armrest? Let me pull up the link for that. I don't know if you got that link at all on Totally Normal's last video. Give me a second and I will pull that up and put that in chat. No, I cannot use a trackball at all. My thumb movements are very limited on what I'm able to do with thumb movements, unfortunately. It's a great question, though. All right, let me put this in chat real quick. I gotta find chat. I lost chat again. Hold on, let me switch back to live chat. You had one machined out of aluminum? That's totally awesome. All right, there's the link to oh, you want the phone bracket. Oh, I apologize. For some reason I thought you wanted the arm. I can get you the link for that as well. Wait, what will hold up to 5 pounds? Just curious as to what part you're talking about can hold up to 5 pounds. Talking about the foam bracket? Ah, you have one. Got it. Well, this is what I put this in chat. This is what I use to hold my phone. It's a standard quarter 20 thread on it, which just sounds like that's what you're using. But that's the product I use that's attached to my arm. Oh, yeah. So that's the very first link. And basically, it's a computer monitor holder. And it basically goes into the track system on the side of the chair. That's basically just buy that metal arm in the first link, put it up on the side of the chair, drill out the holes, line up with the track, and it should keyword should work. All right. So, got a little distracted there. So yeah, so lightweight gaming mice is something I didn't know existed, and yeah, yeah, for sure. Definitely send me the picture of what you made. You know, that's something I haven't looked into, Wanzo. I think there could definitely be a use for that. Yes, still on Twitter. You can message me on there or on Instagram. Either account's fine. But as far as eye tracking, it's something I haven't tried. I do have a couple friends of mine that use a quad stick, which seems to work really well for them. I'm just worried about turning my head and neck constantly up and down on my muscles. But I haven't really tried the eye tracking, so maybe that's something for me to look into. Right now, I have the lightweight gaming mouse and a joystick. So, oh, you have a Toby. Okay. And do you like it? Does it work really well? I've I think I've seen the Toby. Let me look that up while you guys are responding back. The Toby Dynavox. Got it. Let me see what that looks like. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I saw one of those actually at a assistive technology thing here in Portland at Shriners. It's a really great product. It's amazed of how well the eye tracking technology is on that. Wow, you just have to make your YouTube videos. That's awesome, dude. I guess I'm still I'm using Adobe Premiere to edit all mine and whatnot. Oh, you have the mini one. Okay. Cool. Well, that's really awesome, man. Definitely have to look into this. Just something that might work really well for first person shooters. Maybe looking around on if there's a way to connect it to that. Maybe I'll do some Google searching and see if there's a way to do that. Because that's really what I really used to play that I miss. And I have a mini joystick, but it doesn't quite work as well when you're having a mouse and a joystick and then voice commands to shoot. Doesn't really work very well. But still trying new alternatives and things. So one of the videos that I also want to do, speaking of software and things, is kind of all the different software that I found that I use that makes it a little bit easier. Not just like software installed on my computer, but then software I have installed on my on-raid server in my rack. Yeah, I did try DaVinci Resolve when I first started doing YouTube, and it just wasn't. It just always crashed on me every 10 minutes. It would just crash. So I had access to Adobe Premiere and just kind of taught myself Adobe Premiere and just yeah. I know DaVinci Resolve is a much easier program to learn and start with. This Premiere was just what I had access to. But it's a great DaVinci Resolve is a great program. Wanzo, what do you use for your video editing? So some of the at-home server software I want to talk about is I have a basically an on-raid server in my closet here, and in that closet, it basically it runs anything from Home Assistant to all the automation stuff around the house. It controls all my YouTube video backups, all the computer backups in the house. I have it doing some crypto mining on the side as well. I have some built-in development software in there that allows me to develop and write code for websites that allows me to do it in real time and be able to see changes and things as I do changes on websites. It's really cool. It's all kind of stuff that I want to I want to share with everybody in case there's somebody out there that wants to learn how to maybe code or do something like that. Be able to show them what it is I use and how I use it. I also have Plex on the server, which I know Wanzo has dealt with that before, and yeah, just kind of go through some different things, some different projects. Also have a program on there that monitors things around the house, letting me know what lights are on, what lights are off. It's Home Assistant. Got all kinds of really cool stuff on there. All right, once let's use Resolve. Cool. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with DaVinci Resolve. For me, whatever reason, it just always crashed. Sounds good. Just Wanzo, you need to build one. It's totally, you don't have to have a graphics card. Technically, you could use a processor that has a GPU built in, but you can always just buy a cheap $19 graphics card. You don't need anything fancy in there for a server. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Gotta fix the cameras dying. Gotta plug it in. Give me 1 second. There we go. Sorry about that. Camera was dying. Yeah, $19 video card. You just need like go on Amazon, eBay, any of those places. You should be able to pull one up for that cheap. Let's see here. Here, let's look together. There we go. Okay, so let's go on eBay here. Or even actually let's go Amazon. Let's check Amazon first, John. I guarantee we can find a graphics card at that price range. Graphics card. So sort by price. Obviously, we're going to get random stuff here, probably for the first couple pages. Of course, we're going to get. Oh, let me see if there's a way to have it show just graphics cards. Let's see here. Nope. $149, $69. There's one for $69. Not quite $19.99, like I said. But let's see if we can get to the list of like the top graphics cards here. $54. So maybe not quite $19.99, but you know, close. Let's see, 500, 400, 189 for a 1050. It's not terrible. 49. So I mean, $49, John. It's available. So there's definitely that possibility. Let me check Best Buy. I know that Best Buy might actually carry some. I know Best Buy has been keeping graphics cards at like non-scalping prices. which has been huge. Yeah, it's definitely a the situation task or tax. Sorry. Yeah, you're right, John. It's definitely caused everything to go up in prices. All right, 109. Man, you're right, John. So we should have 19, 109, 62. Hey, 62. I still think there's one on Amazon for 50. So regardless, the point is, Wanzo, is that it does not take a lot of power or performance needed in order to basically get that, you know, being able to get that going and have an on-raid server. So definitely recommend that you get on that and, you know, get something made. That's for sure. Oh, give me a second here. Lost my notes again. So what else has everyone got going on besides watching the awesome where I can do it live stream? A little bit of sarcasm there. So one of the other things I think I want to do on command line, Wanzo, it's not so bad. The command line's totally doable. Interesting. I plugged in the iPhone. It's what I'm using for my camera right now, and it's complaining its battery's at 20%. Even though I just plugged it in, it still complains at 20%. So hopefully the camera stays up here for the rest of the live stream. So most of the upcoming projects I want to do show a lot of command line, Raspberry Pi, Linux kind of stuff. But I'm thinking I also want to do some videos just about me and what's going on in life, just kind of my daily routine, what it's like for me, what it's like having caregivers, going through all the different medical stuff that comes with muscular dystrophy. Just those kinds of things is what I think a lot of people really want to know about. They want to kind of get to know me, and it's something that I think is the reason why I'm going to start doing these live streams and start doing basically a live stream. I'm thinking every Wednesday at 6:30 seems to be a good time for me. It's after dinner. I can make things work with the caregiving wise, get my setup, everything I need to do live stream. So I'm thinking this will be kind of the normal Wednesday thing. I don't know if I'll do it every single Wednesday, but I'm definitely going to try to do that as much as possible. Yeah, the weather here in Portland's been super awesome. Well, I'm so glad you fell asleep again. Weather's been like 75, sunny. It's been awesome. Thank you, Austin. I will look for that message. Appreciate that. And that goes for anybody else. Anytime you ever want to message me or anything at all, you can do it on Instagram, or you can send me a message over on Twitter, or even my newly created, I guess, Facebook page. I don't really know why I didn't have one before, but I kind of have a public facing Facebook page. And I kind of did that for a couple of reasons. Is I feel like I'm doing a lot more in public kind of engaging kind of things, and I want to I don't know, be able to share certain things publicly that doesn't necessarily be at my personal Facebook, because it's my personal account. Makes it much harder to share with other people and other organizations versus having a public facing account. Makes it easier to basically be able to share, post, and other things like that as well. One of the other things I like to do besides obviously live streaming and talking about uh, videos I might be doing is trying to kind of tap into the disabled community and see what I don't know what people want to hear about. What do they want to know? I'm hoping that after this video is posted, if anybody that's watching this after the fact, is leave me a comment. I'll kind of do a quick little bio in the video. So okay, so those that want to maybe get to know me and who I am. I know you guys always like to have that kind of information, right? Like who is this Ryan guy? Why is he on YouTube? What's happening? Quick little tea break. You'll be slowing down? Yeah, I hear you, dude. So, thanks, Wanzo. Very helpful. Very helpful. So, for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Ryan, 41 years old, Becker's muscular dystrophy. I've been in a wheelchair since age 20, using a power wheelchair. Um, Up before that, I was able to walk till about age 19, where I fell and broke my ankle. And after that, I was unable to do weight bearing down on my legs. So I started using a power chair. I had a pretty normal childhood growing up. My parents put me into like t-ball, basketball, softball, all that, jazz. And with all that happening, they kind of noticed that, hey, there's something special about this guy. He's a lot slower than the other athletes. He's not as quick as they are, and kind of like were a little bit concerned. So they went and started doing some, uh, testing on me to find out what was going on, and then I was diagnosed at age, I think it was like around age 6, that I had Becker's muscular dystrophy. It's been a lot of ups and downs, a lot of different things that happened over the 20 years of being in a chair. But it's, fortunately, I've been very healthy. I haven't had a whole lot of any type of medical issues except for caused by other people. Um, so I'm very fortunate and very um, glad to be in the situation I am in. Oh man, Austin. Sorry to hear about that, dude. Wanzo, where did I get the background? That's a great question. It may. I'll have to send you a link on. I'll send you a link later. I'll text you and send it to you. I honestly don't remember. It might have been wallpaper.cc. That's one of the places I like to get wallpapers from. And there's another wallpaper place I don't quite remember. But I'll look them up, Wanzo, and send you where I find the backgrounds. But I do have a green screen um, down behind me that allows me to be like appearing in the background, which is pretty cool. I really like the green screen. Allows for us to have a really cool background, and even eventually I can do an animated background. I just, for my first live stream, I didn't want to animated background and people be like, "Whoa, your background's moving." I just want to keep it simple. People be able to read chat and stuff. Some of my major hurdles. Man, where to start with that, Austin? That's some really good question. Um, it's I don't even know where to even start. There's been so many hurdles I had to overcome. It's not to laugh about hurdles. I mean, they're a real thing. Um, I think one of the biggest hurdles that I went through, at least so far in life, that I can go back and look at was a quick little story. I won't get into too many details. Unless you guys have questions, then I'll be glad to answer them. Um, well, in 2017, I was dropped out of a manual Hoyer from about 4.5 feet up in the air. Um, and I fell, uh, broke my femur underneath my kneecap, my left hip, my arm, and my shoulder. And I honestly didn't know if I was going to make it from that or even um, recover. Um, it was a pretty scary time. I ended up being fine the first couple days in the hospital, but they loaded me up on pain pills to try to get the pain under control with 4 broken bones. And because they kept giving me more and more and more, because the pain, 4 broken bones is not a lightweight thing. They ended up giving me too much and caused a stomach blockage. Um, that stomach blockage then made it so I could be able to go to the bathroom, and that went on for almost like a week of not going to the bathroom, and I got really sick, to the point where they had to try to, you know, uh, pump out the stomach, that kind of thing, to try to get it so I get back, and it was very touch and go to the point to where I didn't know if I was going to make it or if I was going to come out of it. Um, it was horrible, and then the worst part about it is I receive caregiving from the state. So I have caregivers that are paid through the state to help take care of me. A lot of the states have Medicaid programs similar to that. So I had the hospital trying to kick me out of the hospital because they wanted a bed. I had the state saying, "Well, you need to go home, and we'll reevaluate you when you get home, so we can determine what kind of care you're going to need after being injured." Um, it was a huge fiasco, a big fight. And it got to the point where they basically told me that, let me back up a little bit. I wanted to go directly to my home. They wanted to put me in a skilled nursing facility. They wanted to put me in foster care. And I told them over my dead body, I have a home. I have a family that's could be there for me. I just need to have the care. Let me reevaluate me and let me get the care. And they just kept refusing and refusing. So I got the hospital threatening me, I got the state threatening me. I was just overwhelmed with stress. And this was after I started, just barely recovered out of the hospital, almost, getting taken out by a stomach blockage out of all things. And so I was lucky enough to, before this accident happened, I was made a lot of friends through the Oregon Spinal Cord Injury. It's a nonprofit here in Portland that basically helps um, people that are newly paralyzed and those kinds of things kind of get through things. They're kind of like a support group, and they'd always have a weekly and monthly meetup. I met. So at that monthly meetup, I made some friends, and one of those people had a very similar situation where they were stuck in the hospital. State was threatening them. They required care at home. But there obviously wasn't enough hours to go around for the level of care that I needed and that he needed. Anyways, he told me about a loophole for the state to basically, it's not really a loophole, it's basically a non-advertised clause in the state rules and laws to basically state that if at any point in time somebody is in the hospital, you can basically write a letter to the state and make them come out and reevaluate you at the hospital itself. So they're actually able to get reevaluated at the hospital and then have enough hours for me to leave to go home out of the hospital. It was quite the ordeal. Stress level, like I said, I've never had such a traumatic stress level of my life. Not only the whole fact of being dropped out of a Hoyer by somebody that's supposed to be there and take care of it caregiving wise, but then to have the doctors and the hospital trying to kick you out, and then the state basically trying to tell me that they can just basically do whatever they want with me. And I'm like, as an adult, you can't do that. Like, I have a right to stay. And anyways, long story short, I finally got home. It was really rough getting through caregiving. Finding caregivers was really hard in the beginning. But I just kept pushing myself to get better. One of the main things is due to this incident, I obviously, which was such a severe trauma, was definitely some PTSD, something I didn't think was even, I don't know, I didn't really know much about PTSD until this incident. And it's a real thing. I mean, I've had to go through lots of different therapy to help me get through it and be able to feel safe again in a Hoyer, not be a backseat driver. Long story. I'll have to tell you about that some other time. But just in general, I had to do a lot of changes, and yeah, I was very fortunate. Like I said, to get home, get back on track, get some therapy, to get some help to get through the trauma of it, and that was probably one of the biggest hurdles of my life. And one of the things that really motivated me, which not too many people know about this part, is when I first got put into the hospital. Some I won't even I can't even tell you who did it. I'll just keep it out as to who. I won't tell you where it was. But basically somebody that was not a doctor made a note in my chart when I first got to the hospital saying, "Oh, he has muscular dystrophy. He has zero chance of recovering from this. Don't even bother with physical therapy." This person who made this comment unfortunately had a lot of say at this particular facility, this hospital. Um, and because of that, when I was in the hospital and I was getting ready to come home, after I started coming back out of it, after I had the whole stomach blockage and almost dying and all that fun stuff, on my way waking back up, they refused to give me physical therapy. So here I am in the hospital with a muscle wasting disease that if I am laying still and if I'm going to atrophy, I'm not going to get any better. It's going to continue to get atrophy quicker and quicker. And I'm like, hey, like I need physical therapy. I kept demanding it. And yeah, it was just insane that I just like, man. So they basically refused to give me physical therapy. So after I got out of the hospital, the biggest hurdle I think out of all of this was to push myself to recover. When I got home, I could no longer drive my power chair. I couldn't sit in my power chair for very long. So after I got home from the hospital, doctor said, and obviously some other people had some opinions there, to like, you have zero chance of recovery. You're not ever going to regain your strength. Well, I pushed myself and I showed them that I could do that. And miraculously, I regained a lot of my strength. I did still have lost a lot. I can drive my power chair independently. I could do a lot more things that when I first got to the hospital, I couldn't do at all. And they said, a lot of people said there'd be no chance of recovery, and I did. And if it wasn't for, I did have a lot of amazing support from family and friends and caregivers. I was very fortunate to have that, and it really did help get me through it. And it like I said, as far as a hurdle in my life, that was one of the toughest. It was just the thought of, when I was in the hospital, how touch and go I was, and my family watching me, degrade every day because I just, a big stomach blockage. It was crazy to almost get taken out in the hospital for a stomach blockage. It's not even the broken bones wasn't the problem that took me out. It was almost that. So anyway, so I'd say that was a really big hurdle in my life, or one of the biggest hurdles is recovering from that. Like, I didn't know if I'd be able to do, coach soccer again and continue the soccer program. And, there's a lot of things on the outside trying to push that down and say, no, you can't do that. No, you're not going to recover from that. No, no, no. It's like, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get back to full strength and get back to, what I used to be able to do. Now, I still did lose a lot of strength and I did have to do a lot of changes. For example, I went from caregiving, I don't know, 3 to 4 hours a day, sometimes even 2 hours, to basically now I have caregivers all day. I mean, basically 14 to 20 hours a day. I have caregivers here with me, helping me drink tea, eat dinner, full care, which before the hospitalization I didn't need. So it's definitely been another life-changing thing, trying to get used to that, and a big hurdle. But it's been good. It's been, like I said, there's been some challenges, and I have lots of stories in that department we won't get into tonight. But at least as far as one of the main hurdles, that was definitely yeah, yeah. What you're saying there, Austin, getting on some new meds, and yeah, every time I do a change of new meds, man, to try to get used to them, and there's a big change. It's tough. It doesn't happen, right away. It takes some time. medication changes are, yeah, no bueno. I know I kind of went on a big, huge, long story and that. So, if I got any questions about any of that in chat, I think got like I think currently we got like 3 people right now. So if anybody's got any other questions besides Austin and Wanzo, no, you guys got questions. Maybe, maybe not. So Austin, when you are responding in chat, are you using your tablet thing in order to do that, or are you actually like typing out a phone, or how are you typing out your messages? Curious. So if you're using like I know a lot of people don't use like the voice chat if they're on their phones and stuff. That's something I do on totally normal stream. I'll just be on there on voice chat in order for it to type for me. Because me and keyboards, it's yeah, not gonna happen. Mouse control is it, which I'm very thankful for because it allows me to switch scenes and stuff in OBS for live streaming, which is nice. Holy cow! I can't believe we've been on this for 48 minutes. This is awesome. First live stream, feel really good about it. Like I said, for those of you that are new, just joined, I'll be doing this every Wednesday around 6:30. So feel free to join in every Wednesday and hang out, get to know me. Did I use both you guys in chat there? I don't. I give a chance for the stream to catch up. I know there's a delay in between chat and when you guys are actually seeing it. Let's see here. Did chat stop working? Uh-oh. I think maybe OBS or YouTube chat disappeared. Nope, still says connected. So yeah, that's kind of my short little hospital story. Definitely some crazy event I definitely did not expect to happen. And thank you, Wanzo, for letting me know. Yeah, that there's, I really tried to do a lot in the disabled community. Yep, chat's good, Wanzo. I see it now. A little bit delayed for some reason. So yeah, guess what I could talk about now is, I guess, a little bit more in the beginning that I talked about and kind of went over quickly is power soccer. In case you're wondering, like, okay, who's this guy talking on YouTube talking about power soccer? What is this? I don't know anything about it. Well, let me show you. Luckily, we have the power of the internet. Show you guys what's going on. All right, switch off of chat real quick. So, power soccer is. Let's see if I click on the photo, make it bigger. So, power soccer is basically imagine a 13-inch soccer ball. It's 4 versus 4. playing on a court. Let's see, let me look up, let me show you guys a video. That'd be it'd be better if I do it that way to explain it. But basically, it's 4 versus 4 in a power wheelchair with a metal guard. There'll be 2 goalies and then 3 forwards. We'll keep that muted for a minute. Okay, we'll bring in audio real quick. This kind of shows you what power soccer is all about.
Cross Lane with a shot. Vincent Lane with a goal. Riley Johnson. Oh, Riley Johnson found a space. No foul that time.
Such an awesome sport. So when I first, I'll talk after the video.
Michael Archer with a goal.
We just need more offense.
And you getting the move. They will get our goal.
Chicago, saved by Damon, corner kick for San Jose.
There it is.
A goal by number 6, Michael Graydon. Damon over to Engel, going for a big shot. Far post, and it's in for Engel.
Riley Johnson pushing. Moises Rojas not afraid of the contact. Drew Cunningham. Cunningham. Marshfield with a goal.
That's the way you play, remember?
So yeah, so that is the short and sweet of power soccer. Yeah, you can just imagine it's basically power wheelchairs with big metal guards on. We do, we first. Oh, hold on, I'm getting audio still. There we go. So yeah, power soccer is something that I started here in 2000, end of 2015 with Totally Normal, who some of you know. And yeah, we first started out, you can see in this bottom photo down here, we started out using plastic PVC pipe guards. And then in this photo here, all of our athletes that play with us all have metal guards. And that's just to help keep their feet safe and stuff. And we have custom made mounts that we've made over the years. It's been a really amazing program. I'm glad I'm able to start the program and to give back to the community with it. It's something that means a lot to me. I had the opportunity to basically, so I guess we'll kind of back up to a quick story. So I started power soccer back in 2011 in Phoenix, where I competed nationally for 5 years. It basically, for me, it was the first time that I realized how important it was to have friends who could understand what you're going through. And it also showed me how adaptable and driven people can be, even with the most severe disabilities, I met people that were going to, college and getting their master's degrees and doing things that had way more of a severe disability than me, and seeing them out there on the court, being able to outmaneuver me on the court, and it's very awe-inspiring. And it definitely made me realize how important it was to have friends around me who understood specifically what I was going through. I had a chance to travel individually. It showed me that, once I could actually travel by myself, it showed me that anything was possible regardless of my disability. Just having the ability to be independent gave me, what's the word I'm looking for? It kind of gave me confidence on and off the court. It allowed me to relate to my teammates too at a deeper level I didn't even know was even possible. It was just a huge experience for me when I lived in Arizona. So in 2016, when I moved out here to the Portland area, there was no power soccer program. Yeah, so got that started. here in 2016, and we started out with little plastic PVC pipe guards, and now we have metal guards, and we had to engineer our own guard mounts and learn how to find fabricators to weld stuff for us. It's been huge. And like I said, for me, being a coach and being in charge of the program allows me to pay it forward to new and upcoming athletes. Just having the ability to see the athletes' reactions and smiles when they make a goal, and pass the ball with confidence. It just means so much to me to be able to go and see that. It's just amazing, and I'm thankful that I have the opportunity to still provide that and be able to do that here in Portland. So. Yes, Lonzo, there's definitely some awesome games, and I'm hoping that we get a chance to actually do some games here soon. Some real games. Get to go travel. That would be great. Well, yeah. So that's kind of my first little live stream there. It looks like we've been on for about an hour. I'll probably be stopping this one here. I don't want to make live stream super long. My goal is to probably do like an hour to hour and a half, depending on how many things got topics and stuff we have to talk about, stuff like that. So like I said, the goal is hopefully every Wednesday, 6:30. There might be some Wednesdays I might have to skip, just depending on scheduling with caregivers and whatnot. But it should be a possibility to have that, every week is my goal to continue to do this and grow a community, get more and more people involved in our chats, get to know me more, have more questions. And if people have any more questions or anything at all, just hit me up, send me a message on Twitter, send me a DM on Instagram, all that good jazz. And I guess maybe Facebook, if you're a Facebook person, maybe I'll let that slide. I'll try to make sure I monitor all of those the best I can. But yeah, I'm glad that I was able to do this and talk about this. And I appreciate those of you that are watching it right now, and those that are about to watch it or have watched the replay of it. I really appreciate it. And yeah, this is going to be ending here shortly. So I will see you guys again next week, Wednesday. So, all right, everyone, have a good night. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. And I'll be seeing you guys soon. See ya.